Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to make a quick video. This is about Corinthians 12:15, 11:11, and 7:3. You know, very interesting numbers there, as usual. So, Corinthians 12:15, and I will very gladly spend and be spent for you, though the more abundantly I love you, the less I be loved. Right? And then, before I say what I'm about to say, 2 Corinthians 7:3. I speak not this to condemn you, for I have said before that ye are in our hearts to die and live with you. So it seems like in a lot of circumstances, the more genuine and loving you are with the people of the world, the more aggressive they become. The more cold hearted, the more reactionary and hateful that they can be towards you, even those who you believe are the closest in your life. It's just a fact for me. Maybe it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, but I pray every day that things may change. So hopefully, coming soon in the future, that will be there will be a different perspective. But for now, I see this as a truth as it's written in the scripture that when you attempt to form a bond with someone, no matter who it is, it seems like if you have to be the one to initiate it. You know, that's how it is in my life. So if you are like me, you understand. You have to initiate the bond. No one will come seeking after you aside from God. God, and that is all the more reason to appreciate and love God for what He does. He is the only one that will seek after you willingly every time without fail. So when you are rejected by the world, you are welcomed by God. When you're rejected by the world, you're welcomed by God. Corinthians 9:2, it's 11. If I be not an apostle unto others, yet doubtless I am to you, for the seal of mine apostleship are ye in the Lord. So it's like, if you can't be in a part of a community in the world and among your peers, if you can't be an apostle unto someone else, like you can't be under them like a student, and that you are rejected, just the very idea that you would be a student of someone is rejected as a form, if that is the case. And that's not necessarily the case for me. I do have one or two people who I study under, and I find that mentorship to be important, very important. I find that to be something that I take seriously because it is necessary for me. And it could be necessary for you if you're like myself. Someone to reflect on, someone like a mirror to see yourself so that it provides meaning for the things that you do, and something to ascend to of the world. That's like a very small goalpost you can ascend to. You can never ascend to God, but you can ascend towards God, but to people you can reach goals. So it's not idolatry. It's like, just furthering yourself, giving yourself motivation by setting a point on a map, like on a video game, and walking towards it. So, that being said, it kind of falls in line with this up here as well. Corinthians 3:10, that's 13. You know, according to the grace of God which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. Like, there's a couple meanings to this. Well, there's a lot of meanings to it, really, but just the ones that I understand is that now that the foundation has been laid for the meaning to be layered on top of the scaffolding of reality that was built by those who came before us, the wise master builders, the free masons, now you have the opportunity to create the world that you wish to create. So take heed that you are careful and that what you create is what you wish to create, and what you put out there is what you wish to put out there, and what you do is what you wish to do, not what someone else wants, and not what you think is right, but what you know is right based on your intuition and understanding of the scripture, or however you intend to find that truth. And be careful, like I've said in previous videos, how you speak to people, what you say, and what effect you have, because that effect can be very profound. You know, especially someone like me, like I'm sensitive. You know what I mean? I'll admit it. I'm sensitive. You know, especially to people I see as my peers, which are few and far between these days. But regardless, be careful what you build in your life, because as you know, physical reality, matter is formed directly as a result of your viewing of it. So therefore, is all subjectively filtered through like the cheesecloth of your subjective interpretation based on your own subconscious set of liminal rules that you believe in, and standards. What you think will happen determines what will happen. But it's hard to know what you actually think, what you actually believe, because it's so dug deep down in yourself and in your spirit. It's difficult to fish down and drag that up. But that's the point of all this, isn't it? To drag up things and have them be revealed, let them go out into the light, and then be burned if they are not useful. You know, be gathered up, the stones be gathered up and then burned if they are not useful to the world that you meaning to create in the end. Because if you were given the free will that you wish you had, the ultimate power, you know, if you were Superman, if you were God, you know, and you can do anything that you wanted to do, would you really know what was best for yourself? It would still take a lot of trial and error, but it's very destructive to have that power and to try and figure that out through action. So it is better to live this life and to have that subjectively interpreted by, you know, a series of analogies and parables and information and media, and, you know, your relationship between yourself and God, discovering it without actually having to damage anything. You know, it's like part of the point. It's like training, like a tutorial level. You know, you like in a video game, you're learning how to play the game. You're learning what you actually want to do. You're like picking your class, but you don't know that until you figure out how exactly you want to play the game. You know, in the world with God and what your purpose is. He already knows all these things, but you don't. You have to figure that out. It's like, why wouldn't he spell that plainly out to you? Because, well, he can't. I mean, he's trying to, but the only way that it can be spelled out plainly is the way that it is. It's being done as we speak. You know, the experience is the truth. That's the only way that the whole congregated expanse of experience in your reality is the answer. That is the message. That is how God speaks. It is the entirety of your experience summed up, culminated, and analyzed through the scripture. That is the living truth. And it changes based on your interpretation. So the higher you go in awareness, the more that you understand. Fully believe that. So, yeah, just a short one. Just a short one. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a good day. Hope everything goes well, and, you know, be safe. Trust in God. Don't be afraid. Love each other. God bless.